The father of a Pullman man accused of kidnapping his daughter, now charged for allegedly helping his son. Tonight, details on the charges he's now facing.
Homeless shelters, there are allowed in our code, and we've talked about it, but quite frankly, a large part of it is a budget issue. Shelters are incredibly expensive to operate.
The city of Spokane Valley working for ways to solve its growing homeless problem. Tonight, how they're finding solutions with the city of Spokane.
A few scattered storms tomorrow, but overall we're looking at an absolutely perfect weekend.
Good evening. Thank you for trusting us tonight as your news source for KREM 2 News at 5. I'm Cody Proctor. Mark and Whitney are off tonight. More charges in the case of a man accused of kidnapping his daughter and taking her to Mexico. But this time, the charges are against Aaron Ong's own father. This is the case that we have been following since June. KREM 2's Shannon Mowdy was in the federal courtroom today where James Ong appeared for the first time.
An indictment shows a federal grand jury found enough probable cause to charge James Ong for helping his son Aaron kidnap his 2-year-old daughter. But today's hearing ended abruptly, with the defense tasked with doing some investigating of its own. Inside Spokane's federal courthouse, James Ong of Moscow said he understood the charges against him: conspiracy and aiding and abetting international parental kidnapping. The last time James was in court, he was on the other side in the public gallery, waving to his son, Aaron. Now he's been accused of helping Aaron kidnap his 2-year-old daughter. An August 7th indictment shows James Ong is accused of exchanging coded and encrypted messages with Aaron while he had his daughter in Mexico. In court, prosecutor Rebecca Perez summarized some of those messages. FBI tracking family. So far, got nothing. National news. Don't get nervous. Use a disguise. Perez called it a coordinated, well-planned conspiracy to kidnap the girl, orchestrated by James and others. She said in mid-May, before Aaron took his daughter as part of a court-ordered parenting plan, James's Cadillac was placed into storage in North Idaho, and burner phones were purchased. Court records show Aaron was suspected of driving his dad's Cadillac across the Mexican border, his daughter with him. Perez says the FBI was able to track the license plate and phones, with one crossing the border and one used by someone in Moscow. Friday's hearing was continued until next week after the government and Ong's defense attorney couldn't verify his financial situation or who owns the company he works for. Judge James Gakey said he needs to know if Ong has the financial means to flee if released. The indictment also lists 2 defendants with James Ong. Those are redacted, but we do know his son Aaron is a co-defendant in the case, so it does appear at least one other person will be charged. Shannon Mowdy, KREM 2 News.
Shannon, thank you so much. Well, Spokane police still searching tonight for a suspected drive-by shooter. 3 separate scenes across the city are connected to the search. This all began yesterday on Monroe and North Spokane with a man shot at a gas station. The shooter left the scene in a car. Police blocked off an area of Freya and 15th Street a short time later, confirming it was connected to the shooting. That night, Spokane police believed the suspect was at a home near North Washington Street. SWAT responded to make an arrest, but after several hours of a long standoff, they did not locate the suspect. Well, we are nearly a week from the 1-year anniversary of the destructive Gray and Oregon Road fires. Now, several Spokane organizations continue to step up to help impacted families recover. Now, you may remember back on August 18th, 2023, the Gray fire broke out near Medical Lake, while the Oregon Road fire started near Elk. Both fires burned more than 20,000 acres, destroyed nearly 400 homes, and killed 2 people. Now, the Spokane Region Long-Term Recovery Group, along with other community organizations, are set to launch a rebuilding campaign while they'll work to build housing for the families who lost everything. To learn more about the organization and their work, just go to our website. That's KREM.com. In the meantime, let's take a look at your forecast right now. Fire dangers high this weekend for parts of north and central Washington with a chance of thunderstorms. For more on that and a nice weekend ahead for us here, let's get right to Chief Meteorologist Jeremy Legoo.
Well, it doesn't get much better than this. In fact, I always say August is the month everybody waits for. And once it arrives, it seems It just flies by. Why is that happening? It's already the 9th. Can somebody slow this down? 87 degrees is where we sit today. 87 is still pretty warm. 89 up in Deer Park, mid-90s in central Washington. Omak rebounding quickly on the backside of some of those storms. We fall down to near 60 overnight, so perfect sleeping. This is my argument for August being perfect. The only catch, we do have some wildfires still burning, and we do have a high fire danger today. That high fire danger is for thunderstorms that are producing frequent lightning and locally gusty wind. We've seen quite a bit of activity. It died down over Omak and now it looks like it's resurging. We're just warm enough that we have what it takes to get a lot of resurgence in the atmosphere. If you move outside of Wenatchee, say past Leavenworth and up, yeah, there it is, Highway 2, I would say the Enchantments in that area, it is crazy. If you know someone hiking the Enchantments, hopefully they're hunkered down. That is wild right now. Overnight, everything dies down. Tomorrow, we start out mostly sunny. We'll see a few scattered showers develop in the afternoon over the Cascades. Those will move in, but I don't think until about dinner time, and they'll be very isolated in nature. So we're going to call tomorrow mostly sunny with a high near 90 and a few isolated storms.
Well, as we look at the homeless population across Spokane County, we wanted to take a look tonight at what the city of Spokane Valley is doing to combat theirs. KREM 2's Connor McAvoy reports why the city isn't able to fund their own shelter, but uses their funds to help others within the county.
With a camping ban in effect and no homeless shelter within the city itself, members of the city of Spokane Valley tell me they work with the city of Spokane to help combat their homeless population. Members of the city tell me they utilize different shelters across Spokane, having an outreach team work with someone they find in the city that needs shelter, transporting them to different ones across the city as needed. Homeless centers and organizations all across Spokane help take in Spokane Valley's homeless. The Valley provides roughly $4 million in grants towards affordable housing and homeless-related grants. Those funds go to things like a SNAP housing program and Habitat for Humanity for affordable housing, all of which the Valley's website says are coming soon. Housing and homelessness coordinator for the city, Eric Robison, says the city does not have the budget for a shelter within its limits, but emphasizes how they try to support the resources assisting their people in need.
We do also support regional efforts to fund homeless shelters. They don't happen to be located here, but we still are paying into those efforts. In terms of siting a shelter in the city of Spokane Valley, that would be something that would require funding that just isn't available right now.
Service providers like the Union Gospel Mission say they see people coming in from all different areas in the Inland Northwest, Spokane Valley being one of them.
We will partner with this area, Coeur d'Alene, Lewiston, the whole area, and people can come to us. If they're ready for change, we're ready to accept them.
Don Kinder with the city of Spokane says the protocol isn't anything new, but hopes there could be a shelter available in Spokane Valley, letting the people with the need out there get service closer to where they're at.
I think we certainly see that people have, much greater success when they're able to stay in their home neighborhoods and home areas, and also knowing that our system is so overburdened, any opportunity to help serve people where they are instead of bringing them into Spokane would be something that we would be very excited about.
Robinson adds, while shelter is something the city could use, the next steps would be transitional housing so people in need could help build an income and move into stable housing. In Spokane Valley, Connor McAvoy, KREM 2 News.
More news to come on KREM 2 News at 5. Boeing still dealing to resolve the recent issues on their passenger planes. Experts weigh in on what the company needs to do coming up at 5:15.